Blessings, 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 blessings. Is at 8 a.m. rush. Some of y'all still ain't at work. What's going on with you? Pray that your early day is going good. For those who are at work, still trying to get to work. For you that don't have to be to work for a while, pray everything is good with you. Listen, so I was just conversing with an old friend of mine. Nothing too deep. They asked me how was I doing and how was life. And I had to say for the first time in a long time, it was good. It's good. I'm not saying that everything is perfect. Not saying everything is how I would like for it to be. But in a good place nonetheless. And it had occurred to me that there was a false prophecy that had went out, that was released about me. And there are so many prophecies by those who were responsible for me that I am outliving. Blessings, blessings. Those are the jumping on. There's a whole bunch of prophecies that I am outliving. A whole bunch of lies that I am outliving. The Father says the same. 26th of June this year, I'll be celebrating 50 years. And the church that I grew up in, the elders there prophesied it consistently that I would not live to see different ages. I wouldn't live to see 18. I wouldn't live to see 20, 21, 25. Needless to say that I outlived those lies. The last major one was of a spiritual father that told me, bold-faced told me, that I would not be happy in a relationship unless I married this one particular individual. And for years, that those words rang true. For years, those words rang true. And if you speak to most so-called Bible believers, they demonize witchcraft and speak negatively against witchcraft every chance that they get, but not knowing that releasing false prophecy is witchcraft. It's the same thing. When you from an emotional place speak negative against someone else's life, that's witchcraft. And spoke word curses. A lot of preachers will have problems with me because of this, because there's a lot of preachers from the pulpit speak word curses over individuals that they have issue with. Your church will never prosper unless you stay under me. Like Seeley said to Mister, until you do right by me, everything you do gonna crumble. These are word curses. And these are word curses that are released in the atmosphere over an amplified device. So you have a lot of people who are tormented in life because they didn't realize they did not renounce the statement, denounce the statement, renounce that individual being an authority in their lives. So you have hundreds of people that are suffering the words that a foul, evil-spirited leader spoke over their lives. Once you have an idea, of the things that are going on in your life spiritually, or the things that have been released into your life spiritually, then you have the ability to fight those things. Most of you, and I'll say us, spent more time rehearsing the thing that has been said than denouncing the thing that has been said. I've come to a conclusion, to an understanding that consistently venting about a situation is nothing more than rehearsing the situation and breathing life into it again. You know, people often say, be careful who you vent to, because it may be said again, whatever the case may be. Stop venting. We've been made to think that we have to be in a position where as though we have to get whatever it is that we're dealing with off of our chest. No. There are many more things that we have to deal with mentally and emotionally and spiritually internally. You do not have to vent all of your issues, but you do have to take inventory. Yeah, you got to take inventory. You have to take a look at your life, and in taking a look at your life, you have to see where you've allowed an individual's word to stick in your life. We used to say things as children. We used to say things as children, and we didn't realize how profound it was. I'm rubber, you're glue. Whatever you say bounces off of me and sticks back to you. Remember that? That was a form of denouncing the statement and the stance that someone else took upon you in your life. We have to take those same stance as adults. No. A couple of years ago, and I may do it again this year. A couple of years ago, during our ministry anniversary, I had the membership. I had a list of things that I had the membership to denounce that was spoken over them. A lot of us have come from ministries. A lot of us have dealt with mean, evil, frustrated parents, grandparents, aunties. A lot of us have been taken advantage of mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, and financially. You know, there's a lot of different aspects where we have taken on the evil spell work. I'm going to call it exactly what it is. We have taken on the evil spell work of those who were supposed to be spiritual coverings and protectors, as well as parental guides. We've taken it on. There's a place and there's a time of denouncing. Of crushing. Of dispelling those words. It's probably the happiest I've ever been in a relationship. I was had a meeting last night with a newly engaged individual, and I had told this young lady, there's certain aspects in life, certain times in life where you cannot let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. You're getting ready to get married. You cannot have conversations about your husband, friends, girlfriends, whatever it is that you're dealing with. You gotta seek wise counsel. There were individuals that didn't know I got married until I posted the pictures on Facebook months later. There were people that were close to me that I could not let know that I was going through that process. And the reason why is because I don't need the fake smiles and the fake congratulations and I don't need it. There's people now that are engaged that convey to me that they were engaged, but because I wasn't in agreement with the union, I said nothing. You ain't happy me? You ain't happy for me? Honey, as long as you happy, that's all that matters. I will rather not say anything than to condemn your union. There's some people that have spoken high. There's some people that you deemed extremely important in your life that you now have to renounce the words that they spoke over your life, because you're living out those words whether you want to or not. I just want to encourage you all today. Anyone that's going to take the time to listen to this, do me a favor, share this information. You may not need it, but somebody else might. I just want to encourage you that you can outlive the lie. And oftentimes when people make that statement of outliving a lie, it's a lie that has been spoken upon you, spoken about you. You did this or you did that. But not as much the lies that have been spoken over your life. You can also outlive the lie that's been spoken over your life. You can outlive the lie. I'll say it again. You can outlive the lie that has been spoken over your life. You just have to identify it as the lie and as the lie as lifeless. I denounce the word spoken over my life that I will not be successful. I denounce the word over my life that I will not be successful. I denounce the word over my life that I will be unhappy. I denounce the word over my life that I'll be broke. I denounce the word over my life that I will be loveless. And may those words fall to the ground. And listen, sometimes you have to release that. You have to release your hold over those words. What do you mean by that, Apostle? Some of us have had such a hard time in life that we rehearse the words that have been spoken over our lives, and we breathe life into it. My mother said I wasn't never going to be nothing. My mother said I was going to be just like my father. My former pastor said that my ministry was never going to thrive, and it looks like it's working. You're breathing life into it. They said I'll never be stable. You're breathing life into it. You got to denounce it. Intentionally. You have to do the work intentionally. And it's not just one of those situations where as though you won and done. Every time that thing rises up in your spirit or you hear it from somebody, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. The other thing is that oftentimes we allow people to call us our issue, and because they called us our issue, we're never able to get rid of the issue because we're known by it. Case in point, there was a woman that had the issue of blood. There was a man with a withered hand. There was a woman that was bowed over. You let people call you your issue. You know, so-and-so got an attitude. So-and-so is aggressive. So-and-so is a hoe. So-and-so. You understand what I'm saying? So you even have to denounce how you deal with yourself. You better call me by my name. Girl, you still dealing with such and such? Nope. I don't deal with those issues no more. And listen, you don't even have to throw it back at them, because because a lot of times we deflect issues that we have. We deflect certain situations so we don't feel embarrassed. Girl, you still deal with so-and-so? You still deal with so-and-so? No, you ain't got to do that. It's learned behavior. Nope, I don't deal with that no more. I've been freed of that. I've been delivered from that. Listen, there's some things that you have to, even though you don't feel it, you have to speak it until you see it. Death and life is in the power of the tongue. Death and life. Scriptures do not say life and death. People have been quoting that scripture wrong for years, since I was a kid. No, it's not life and death. Death and life is in the power of the tongue. And why do you think the word death is first? Is because people are quick to speak death over a thing before you speak life over it. In our culture, we're quick to speak the negative thing first. Death and life is in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat thereof. Apostle, I don't love talking negative. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. You love it so much, it's in your heart so much, and that's what the loving it is. It means that it's in your heart so much that you blurt it out and you don't even realize it. You speak in death to your ministry. You speak in death to your marriage. You speak in death to your relationships. You speak in death to your success. You speak in death to your health. Well, I guess I'll just be alone for the rest of my life. I guess you will. I was talking to a brother the other day. About to seem like I just can't find a woman. What is the framework that you're dealing with? Are you in a position to cover, pray for, lead, guide, and sustain one? Have you dealt with your own issues, your own demons, your own fears? Could it be that you're just not ready for one? Sometimes you got to pray, Lord, make me over. Make me over again. Because the you that you are has been contaminated. Contaminated by life experiences. Contaminated by individuals that again, they were supposed to lead, guide, and direct you. It's been contaminated. Your thought process has been contaminated. You have been taught fear. You have been taught disappointment. You have been taught discouragement. Make me over again. You can't just say that I'm tired of living like this. That's the beginning part. I'm tired of living like this. Now there's actions that I have to take to get out of this rut that I either been placed in or I've set up for myself. We have been given religion, we have not had an understanding of our spiritual strengths and powers. Everything that we deal with, everything that we are connected to, everything that we handle, every aspect of our lives has come from something spoken. The day that you decided that you wanted a house and said, you know what, I think I want to buy a house. The reason why you're living where you're living now is because you spoke it into existence. From the day that you said that you wanted to buy a car, the car that you're driving is because you spoke it into existence. Even your current size, you spoke it into existence. Either I want to lose weight, or I just can't stop eating what I'm eating. You spoke it into existence. And what you don't have, you spoke that into existence as well. We don't really. Even scripture says that for what a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Because out of the abundance of the heart, absolutely. Now you're following me. So you have to take the time to denounce those negative things that were either spoken about you or those negative things that you spoke about yourself. And this is what I'm going to tell you. You can do it. Most of us have the misconception that all you got to do is pray about it. But not knowing and understanding that whatever it is that you desire to pray and to give to the Father, you have to first establish it here. You gotta establish it here. We've been duped, misled, and tricked to believe that everything that we get comes from without. No, it comes from within. But because we are walking around so religious and so damaged, you don't realize that greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. And you think that it's just talking about the devil. No, it's talking about the whole system. The system that has taken away your power, your authority, your anointing, your will, your strength. Make them out to be a liar. Dead or alive, you're going to eat your words with me. Do you hear me? Dead or alive, you're going to eat your words. I hate the fact that it took me until almost 50 to realize these things that my ancestors didn't have an understanding of. They had no understanding. Not of this. Not true spiritual strength and anointing and power. Not true. Because they were so religious. It was about going to church. It's about hucking and bucking and speaking in tongues. And no. That's an expression. But that is not the conclusion of the whole matter. Yesterday I had to deal with a situation, and it seems like the enemy just keeps coming after me in regards to a specific aspect of my life. And while laying in pain, I had to denounce some stuff. Still in pain. I had to denounce some people. I had to denounce some stuff. I had to denounce some words. That's the stuff I'll rehearse. I'm going to rehearse the stuff that gives me strength, not the stuff that tears me down. Sister, how you doing today? I'm making it. Making it. Not in the scripture says that you should be above and not beneath, the head and not the tail, the lender and not the borrower. There is a slave mentality that we have been given that's part of religion. Now we have to break that religious cycle. We got to break that religious cycle and find out what it is to be more spiritual. And when you find, and when you have that ability, now you have the ability to live by the Spirit. And when you live, and I found that when you live by the Spirit, you won't be so caught up with the natural. You won't be so caught up with what's going on in the flesh. You won't be so caught up with what you see. We are consumers. We are consumers by nature. And not only are we consumers in regards to buyers, those who buy, we are consumers in information. You are always taking on information. Always. You are always taking information. The good, the bad, the ugly. But now we have to be more vigilant in the information that we take in. Have to be more vigilant and not taking in negative information. Vigilant. And information that we take in and the information that we give out. I'm not saying negative stuff. Apostle, it's hard. And now it's hard because you just said it's hard. Now losing weight is hard because you said losing weight is hard. Now getting your degree is hard because you said it was hard. Now starting a business is hard because you said it was hard. Now finding a job is hard because you said it's hard. Now being happy in your marriage is hard because you said it was hard. You just set the platform. You just set the foundation of whatever. You just said it. Apostle, I understand why this stuff always happening to me. Have you checked your record? What you mean, Apostle? Have you checked your word record? Have you done inventory on the words that you've been saying? Or have you just been talking all willy-nilly? Have your feelings framed your mental, emotional, and spiritual reality? Your mental, emotional, physical, spiritual reality. Because you're going to frame it one way or another. You're going to set a foundation one way or another. Have you done it because of your feelings? Make them out to be a liar. I'm going to say this to you. I don't care who it is. There's so many of us that are scared of spirituality outside of Christianity because your grandmama told you this or your grandmama told you that. Your grandmama gave you the information from which she understood. But your grandmama's information wasn't the end all to be all. Remember at one time, sitting too close to the television to give you cancer. Remember that? If you cross your eyes too much, your eyes gonna stay stuck like that. Remember that? Don't eat watermelon. Don't eat watermelon seeds because you're gonna have a watermelon growing in your belly. And if all of these things that our grandparents told us was manipulative tactics for us not to do what they did not want us to do, how much more were we given false information about spirituality? How much more? False information about spirituality. Either because they didn't know, or because they were afraid. Not knowing and understanding that it weakened us spiritually. The Hamashiach, if Jesus said, greater work shall you do than I have done, and there are some of us that strive to do that, then why don't you want to do greater works than your grandparents did? Because your grandmama took you to church. Why don't you want to grow exponentially greater than those who have come before you? Blessings, blessings. Why do you just want to regurgitate that which was given to you previously? Why do you not want to grow past the ceiling of whomever your previous spiritual leader was, or your current spiritual? Why you don't want to grow past that? For fear? Because you made them God. Because you made them the epitome of spirituality. You made them the theologian in your life. For you to get past a certain place spiritually, you have to first deal with yourself. And in dealing with yourself, you have to work on strengthening yourself. And how do you strengthen yourself? Just like in the physical, you have to exercise it. In the mental, emotional, and spiritual, you have to exercise it as well. You have to make a decision to denounce those things that are not positive in your life. There's some people that you're going to have to walk away from, sweetie, because they are not positive aspects or attributes in your life. I don't care if it's your children. I'm not talking about those who are still raising their children. I'm talking to those whose children are adults and they are consistently negative. They're consistently nasty. They're consistently evil, if you will. You got to walk away from them. contact them. Let them contact you. Make sure you all right. You breathing. You need anything? Okay, baby. You know, mommy loves you. Daddy loves you. I'll talk to you in a little bit. Or, like I said a little while ago, we're not doing that today. We're not doing that. I'm not talking about that. But Dad, I'm not talking about that. But Mama, I'm not talking about that. Because that's not productive. Some of you are in relationships. You got to tell. We're not doing that today. Baby, I can't. I love you. I can't do that right now. You that are in leadership positions. Sister Jenkins, what do you have positive today? You got to teach them. What you got positive? I know you got negative. What you got positive today? And this is at work and in ministry. While you are changing your life, you are reframing your life. You're going to have to help somebody. You're going to have to help some of the people that's around you reframe theirs as well. And not for them, for you. Because if you want to be in my atmosphere, I'm setting my, we only use setting the atmosphere when we at church. But your atmosphere at work is raggedy. Your atmosphere at home is raggedy. At church is the only place, oh, we love you, Lord. Oh, we love you, we love you, we love you. Oh, bless them. Oh, set the atmosphere. Oh, you don't do none of that in your car. At your house. It's not everybody. Some of y'all do. If some of the people that's still on the line that I see that was on the line, I know y'all do. Y'all do that at the house. Laid out the house. Rolling on the floor, foaming at the mouth. Can't get yourself together. Good. But there's some individuals that you're connected to that you're gonna have to help change your atmosphere no matter where you have to help them change your atmosphere. You have to help them, hear what I say, you have to help them change your atmosphere. Make them all out to be a liar. Those who speak negatively about you, your children, your ministry, your business, your spirituality, your health, your mental stability, your financial, make them out to be a liar. I like waking up on this side. The side where I understand that my words either speak death or they speak life. And today, I choose life. Love y'all. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day. I look forward to talking to y'all again soon. Use the spirit of discernment today. Wherever you are, use the spirit of discernment. Those that have paperwork that need to be signed, use the spirit of discernment. Those that have to make phone calls and that are waiting for phone calls, use the spirit of discernment. Walk in it. Not even just use it. Walk in it. Use the spirit of discernment. Hear, sense, feel, and speak in the spirit. Hear, sense, feel, and speak in the hear, feel, speak, and sense in the spirit. Find yourself in a quiet place. Even while you're in the meeting. Even while you're in the meeting. Be alert. Even while you're in the meeting. Use discernment. And let the Father speak to you, through you, and for you. While you're in the meeting, use discernment. And let the Father speak to you, through you, and for you. You don't have to defend yourself. You don't have to defend yourself. In the meeting, you don't have to defend yourself. Listen when to speak and when not to. Listen to when you are supposed to speak. Evangelist Tan, thank you so much. Listen to when you are supposed to speak and when you are not supposed to. Royalty Shalom. Go back and listen to this live from the beginning. Listen to when you are supposed to speak, and I keep hearing it. Listen to when you are supposed to speak. There's a meeting that you need to go into. Listen to when you are supposed to speak and when you are not supposed to. And there will be another to defend you. You don't have to defend yourself. And then before you go into the meeting, bless him, bless the Father for the outcome. Bless him for the outcome. And it's legal. It's legal. And it will benefit you. And not only benefit you, but it'll benefit your children and your children's children. All right, that's all I got. I love you guys. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. Be intentional about everything that you do. Intentional. Don't look at no situation today as, well, I guess I'll just. No, be intentional. And then once you set your intentions, don't let anything sway you off of those intentions unless the Father himself guides you to do so. But he's going to guide you in setting your intention. Let your yeas be, there it is. Let your yeas be yeas and let your nays be nays. This is today. It's important that it's important that whatever this is today. All right. Love you guys. Love you guys. Talk to you again soon. Peace. Shalom.